Hi guys, let's get more news about Warriors. But first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriorstrade are once again making major noise around the league. And this time, it's not just rumors. It's something much bigger. Reports are flying everywhere. Insiders are talking and NBA executives are watching closely because a massive trade might be on the horizon. What we are hearing right now could completely reshape the Warriors roster, their future, and maybe even bring them right back into championship contention. Buckle up, Warriors fans, because the whispers coming from San Francisco are turning into a roar. And if the insiders are right, their Warriors are about to pull off a move that will shock the entire NBA world. The conversation around Golden State has been heating up for weeks. After a rocky stretch last season that saw flashes of brilliance, but also moments of frustration, the front office knows they can't afford to waste any more time. Stephen Curry is still playing at an elite level, but he's not getting any younger, and the window to compete for another title is slowly closing. That's exactly why insiders believe the front office, led by Mike Dunleavy Jr. and backed by Steve Kerr, is preparing something bold. Multiple reports from credible NBA insiders suggest that the Warriors are in serious internal discussions about a blockbuster trade involving some of their young talent and possibly a big-name star. The question now is who's involved. Sources close to the organization have hinted that the Warriors are open to moving players like Andrew Wiggins, Moses Moody, and even though reluctantly Jonathan Kuminga, if it means bringing in another proven star to help Curry and Draymond Green compete for a title one more time. While nothing is finalized yet, insiders claim the Warriors have already had exploratory talks with several teams across both conferences, including one from the East that could surprise a lot of people. The trade chatter has been growing louder, and the word is that Golden State's target isn't just any player. It's a high-impact name who can change the dynamic of this team immediately. Warriors fans, you can feel it in the air. This doesn't sound like just another rumor or casual discussion. This feels like something real, something brewing behind the scenes that's gaining momentum fast. Front office insiders say Golden State's patience is running thin. They're tired of inconsistency, of flashes of greatness followed by disappointing losses. They've seen what happens when the supporting cast fails to keep up with Curry's level of play. That's why they're exploring every option to make sure this team doesn't fade into mediocrity while still having one of the greatest point guards in NBA history leading the way. Let's break down what's being talked about by insiders around the league. One major rumor that's been circulating involves the Warriors showing renewed interest in Toronto Raptors forward Pascal Siakam. Siakam has long been admired by Golden State's coaching staff for his versatility, defense, and championship pedigree. Reports suggest that Toronto could be willing to listen to offers, especially as they look to rebuild around Scottie Barnes. A potential package involving Wiggins, Moody, and draft compensation could be the foundation of a deal. Adding Siakam to a lineup featuring Curry, Klay, and Draymond would instantly give the Warriors another strong two-way presence and a player capable of running the floor with their fast-paced system. But Siakam isn't the only name being discussed. Another rumor points to the Warriors quietly exploring a trade for Bull star Zach LaVine. Insiders say the front office has been intrigued by the idea of pairing Curry with another explosive scorer who can take some pressure off him offensively. There's also growing buzz about the Warriors keeping tabs on New Orleans Pelicans forward Brandon Ingram. League insiders say Golden State has always admired Ingram's game. His length, scoring ability, and calm demeanor could make him a perfect fit alongside Curry. A potential deal for Ingram would likely require parting ways with multiple assets, including draft picks and possibly Kuminga, but it's something the Warriors are at least considering. Some reports even suggest that Draymond Green has been vocal behind the scenes, telling the front office that it's time to bring in another elite scorer who can help shoulder the offensive load. While the names of potential targets vary, one thing is consistent across all insider reports. Their Warriors are not standing still. They're exploring every opportunity to improve and bring another banner to the Bay. Even Steve K recently hinted that the team could make significant changes if the right opportunity comes along. The organization knows that Curry deserves every chance to compete at the highest level. And if that means shaking things up, they're ready to do it. At the same time, fans can't ignore the emotional side of this story. Trading away young players like Kuminga or Moody would be tough for many fans who have watched them grow. But that's the harsh reality of chasing championships. Their Warriors have always been willing to make bold moves when necessary. Remember when they traded for Andrew Wiggins back in 2020? That move was questioned by many, but it played a crucial role in their 2022 championship run. That mindset aligns perfectly with what we've seen from Curry on the court. He's still competing like he's 25 years old. Still diving for loose balls, still hitting impossible shots, and still carrying that trademark intensity that defines greatness. And let's not forget about Klay Thompson. After an inconsistent season filled with ups and downs, Klay's future with the Warriors remains uncertain. His contract situation is another major storyline, and some insiders believe that how Golden State handles Klay could play a big role in any upcoming trade decisions. There have been quiet whispers that if Klay doesn't agree to a team-friendly extension, their Warriors might use his expiring deal as part of a larger trade to land a new star. The front office's biggest challenge, however, remains striking the perfect balance between honoring the dynasty that Curry, Klay, and Draymond built and preparing for the next era. Their Warriors have promising young players like Brandon Pudzicky and Trace Jackson-Davis, who've shown flashes of real potential. But the organization knows that developing young talent while trying to contend for a title is a delicate act. So here we are. The team that changed basketball with unselfish play, movement, and shooting is once again at a crossroads. A big trade is coming. That's what every whisper and every insider report seems to suggest. Whether it's Pascal Siakam, Zach LaVine, Brandon Ingram, or maybe even a surprise name no one sees coming, one thing is certain, their Warriors aren't done. They're not content with fading away quietly. They want another championship, another parade down Market Street, another moment to remind the world that the Golden State dynasty still lives. As fans, we can only wait, watch, and hope. But one thing's for sure, if this trade goes down the way insiders are describing, it could go down as one of the biggest moves in recent NBA history. The stage is set, the phones are buzzing, and all eyes are on San Francisco. Their Warriors are planning something big, and the rest of the league better be ready. Because when Golden State makes a move, they don't just change their team, they change the game.